Hi everyone, it's Nancy here with another process video. Here I am just going through my stash. This layout is actually one of my Christmas photos from 2012. As you just seen in my previous videos when I was looking at organisation, I did say quite a few of them were for December. So I've actually pulled out that old, it's a Studio Calico sort of crop bag. So that's where I keep all my Christmas papers. And actually a lot of these papers were from the 2012 Chamel's Christmas in a Box kit. So here I am just cutting down 4 photos. I'm keeping 2 at 4x6, and then I've cut the other 2 down to 4x4. So which is kind of quite a sort of regular way of me scrapping 4 pictures. And I do just put the 2 smaller ones either side just to add a little bit of interest. So, as I said, these photos are from Christmas. It's Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I'm just using this very old Jenny Bolin paper, and then I think I backed it. I think that was an American Crafts paper. Again, this is a Jenny Bolin cut apart sheet. So I'm just looking through, and this is a piece of, I think it's a Kringle collection. Again, that was American Crafts, I believe. And I've cut that paper down, and it's not quite 12 by 12 actually. I've cut it down and it's a bit shorter. So just working out, and I actually decided, which is very unusual for me, I'm actually going to put my photos centrally. I'm just pulling out bits and pieces from my Christmas stash. So I've got some crepe paper labels. I've got some rub-ons there. So I'm just trying to work out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to work this layer out. As I say, I do end up cutting that down because that tiny little gap at the bottom really starts to annoy me. So I'm just using the polka dots on this paper to line those up. So the break in that paper is just going to be under the photo. So again, keep pulling out my stash. Again, these are just all a variety of Christmas papers that I got. There's some actually Hambly screen print acetate and things in there as well, which I forgot I'd had. These are the Echo Park This and That Christmas collection. So I'm just cutting up these cards which have a dark wood grain on them. And I'm also using that one there which is actually a pink and red. So just trying to work out where I'm going to put those. Unfortunately, my I had my camera didn't have the battery in. I just had it plugged into the mains, and actually I end up accidentally pulling my phone goes off, and in moving that I end up pulling the cord accidentally of my leg, and so that takes the power out of the camera, and it died because I didn't have the backup battery in. So here I am just cutting those cards up to displace to make 3 different clusters. And then here I've got another box where I keep all of my stash. So I've got different cut parts from L Studio, I've got some Project Life cards, and I've got my 6x6 Christmas paper pads in here as well. I don't ever end up doing much Christmas scrapping. So just putting out all those bits and pieces. I'm going to say the video is going to cut out, and when it comes back I thought that I'd put it back in and press record, but it hadn't quite worked out. So here you can see I've just put all that stuff to the side, and I've actually stuck my main photo down, and I'm just adding in those journaling cards, and just putting that slightly off centre, that bottom one. And then that Christmas, it says happiness and cheer on. This is an old My Mind's Eye sort of paper. I have an idea that I'm going to cut out this banner, but it really doesn't go with the kind of graphic style. It's got like a little girl on. I don't know what I think. I think it's more the colours than anything. So I stick it down, and then I end up pulling it up because it really didn't go. Everything else is quite bold and graphic. So I will eventually pull that up. I cut up these L Studio snippets as well. But again, that's a bit too white. Everything else in the layout is sort of more cream base. So I end up cutting up this Jenny Bolin sort of label sheet. And then I just use that, which has kind of got a cream and black label. And it picks up the black, which is on those journaling cards. So just trying to work out where I'm laying, again cutting up more parts from those sheets. The bottom of the Jenny Bolin paper actually had a label saying Christmas 2012, because that is when this collection is from. And as I said, they all came in the Chamel Christmas box. I actually got that 3 years in a row. I didn't get it this year because I always buy Christmas papers and don't actually end up scrapping much to do with Christmas. I always have, you know, oh, I'm going to start doing December Daily or January or Christmas. I actually am signed up to January or Christmas, but I don't get that done. So yeah, I've just given up buying Christmas papers. So this is a border from that crepe paper. I think it's a sleigh ride. Might not be sleigh ride at all. So that's just a little border strip. So I'm just tucking that, and I do put a little bit at the top there as well, just to ground that photo. So I'm just sticking down that little Christmas 2012 banner there, and I decide to use some of my small doilies. So here I am, just adding those to the cluster, and I do cut one in half and then add it over those two bits. And actually I really love these. They're even smaller than the Stampin' Up ones, which are my smaller ones before that. So I'm really pleased I got them. And I say I got about, I think I got 200 or 250 for about £4, if that. I don't think it was even £4. I think it's £4 with postage. So they're going to last me a long while. So just add one of those to each of the cluster points, and now I'm working out that I'm just going to put that border there. I put out this sticker sheet, which, as I say, I have real problems using, and I've only used a couple of it, so I decided to pull out that family sticker there, and again it kind of goes with the dark wood as well. And as I say, this layout is about how since being with my boyfriend I now have 2 Christmas dinners. So the top one is with my parents and my aunt, and the Christmas dinner we have on Christmas Day. And then the bottom picture is me with my boyfriend's family, and then a picture of the glass of wine, because I tend not to drink on Christmas Day because I'm running people around or driving, and then Boxing Day is the day that I help myself to a few bits of wine. So here I am, just taking a couple more of those labels off that Jenny Bolin cut apart sheet and adding those to the 3 different clusters, and it just grounds that a bit better. Again, just going through all the different bits that I've pulled out here. These are some Christmas stickers which were from Paper Chase, which is a stationery shop here in the UK. And these are printed on a craft, so I use the white sort of snowflakes, or I think there might be more stars than snowflakes, and add 1 to each cluster and then 3 to the bottom cluster. Then I make the mistake of using these rub-ons. They were cheap in the sale, and I thought they looked a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too shiny or something. Anyway, I try rubbing it on with the back of my knife. I'm trying doing it with the scissors, and it's just not working, and I kind of think halfway through, alright, I'll just give up. But then when I try to pull it up, it kind of starts to pull the paper up. So yeah, this is a big disaster, and it looks really naff, and I hate it, I don't like it, I try to scratch it off. So then I go to my button and flare and brads, and I'm just going through my tin there. I'm just trying to find something that kind of goes with the theme that may cover that up, and actually all my flare are slightly too small. So I then pull out a button. I think I will add a button to each of those clusters. but realise I have to find something else to cover up that awful rub-on. And I like keeping all my buttons and that in that tin together. I think it makes it really easy to kind of go through. This is a very old Jenny Bolin sort of plasticky flower, and again I got that in a Chanel Christmas box. I think it was the first year, and that's been hanging around ever since then. So I just cut that in half and add it to those two side clusters. Here I am going through my Scraptastic wood veneer, just trying to work out how I can possibly cover up that rub-on, trying to see if I can scratch it off with a knife, trying to just get something that's not going to make it look too awful. I then decide to get another doily and add that in under all those layers. And I'm quite happy how that turns out. And again, I just put the labels and things back over it. I'm really actually happy how that looks, and it covers that awful rub-on up as well. I decided I do want a wood veneer on there, but now I'm not kind of governed by having to cover something up, so I get out the Scraptastic Christmas ones. Start with, I think, about parcels, but I can't really get them to look right. And then I pull out this circle with a 25 on, and it kind of echoes the 25 that's printed on that card. So I decided to go with that and stick that down. And then I'm just sticking my buttons down with a little bit of my glue. Again, so just sticking that flower down and then adding my button. And I do kind of have to play about a bit with how this is going to sit. So I do just tuck that behind the labels rather than directly on the photo. I'm really happy with that, and I don't bother putting twine or anything through those. Just moving those stickers around. Just making sure they're even. So I'm just looking at that, and then I pull out these, I think they're called glitter dome stickers, and these are in the red. I showed these are in my haul. I had to use some for a Valentine's project, but they are beautiful. I do believe I do a close-up to camera, so you can see how sparkly they are. They're beautiful. So I just add one of those to each cluster as well. Not sure what I'm doing here. Probably drinking my glass of wine that's on the side there. I'm just looking for a title, and I decide I want my title to be A Tale of Two Christmas Dinners. But I really struggle with where I'm going to put it. First I'm going to do Two Families, Two Dinners, but that doesn't look right. I then look at trying to get, you know, doing it all in this gold, and that doesn't work. So I have used these gold thickers quite a lot, so I am actually missing some letters, and I do actually end up using my last E on this layout. So I decide that I need a smaller font to add the rest of my title, and I end up using a snap alphabet, one of these little tile stickers. So I'm just moving those all along. And actually I'm really pleased with how these look. The only problem is I do use all the capital ones apart from an S, and I have to use a small s, but it doesn't worry me too much. It's not too obvious. So just putting that down. Again, been using my knife because still can't find the pokey tool. I'm just trying to get those straight. Miss out on M. And then I'm just going to put was going to see if I could do dinners with the gold, but I forget that I've just used my last E. So I end up just putting that in the smaller snap letters, but then I realise I don't have a capital S. But I just use a small one. It doesn't actually look too bad, really. I'm quite happy with how that title looks, and that kind of bottom cluster. Then I decided to take out a couple of the word stickers to add to the other two clusters, and I'm really happy with how that actually all looks together. So that is the end of this layout. I hope you don't mind watching the Christmas layout in February. So I'm just going to add some of the gold themey highly sought colour shine, and then that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this layout, and I'll be back with some more layouts soon. Thank you very much, and bye!